Okay, this is for quiz number 6. Okay, it's pretty much the back half of chapter 7. There is one piece that's a repeat from quiz 5. The first thing I want to go over is congruence. You'll see a congruent statement, something like this. Maybe triangle DEF is congruent to triangle ZYX or something like that. So you'd have a couple of triangles. So we'll call this DEF, and maybe another triangle like this, and Y, X, and Z. Now you'll remember from quiz 5 that these need to match up. So D and Z are the same thing, E and Y are the same thing, F and X are the same thing. So if I've got like 50 here and 30 here and 2x here, how am I supposed to find out what x is? Well, we know that triangle adds up to be 180. I go 180 minus 30 and minus 50, with 100 degrees. So this angle right here must be 100 degrees. Then I know that since E and Y are the same angle, then all I need to do is set up our equation. 2x equals this angle, which happens to be 100. I would divide by 2, and x would equal 50. So we should be far enough along where that's not too much of an issue for you. It's just a different way of looking at shapes and how to solve when you've got two different shapes there. Another thing we talked about were lines of symmetry. So let's say I've got the letter T. How could I draw a line along the letter T so that it reflects perfectly? So if I drew a line like this, would it reflect perfectly? No, because if this top half was to reflect, it would look like that. So could I draw a line of symmetry along that? Yes, just right along this line right here. We know that this is this way as well. Same thing works for geometric shapes, like a square, or let's do a rectangle. That would be a better example. We know that you could draw one like this, because this half matches this half. We could also draw one like this, because the top matches the bottom. But what I couldn't do is draw one like this, because it would turn my whole rectangle like that, and that would not be a line of symmetry. One of the tricks on this is if you have a circle, there's infinite amounts of lines of symmetry because it's a circle, it always matches up. Okay. Supplementary angles. Supplementary angles add up to be 180. So we know a full circle is 360. So half of a circle would be 180. So this angle here and this angle here, so here and here, would add up to be 180. Those would be supplementary angles, and you're going to have to name those. We also have a review question about congruent angles, and so you'll have something that looks like this, and we'll ask you something like angle 1 is congruent to which angles, and you'll remember that vertical angles are congruent, so angle 4. Alternate interior angles are congruent, so angle 5. And then we've got alternate exterior, or you could go vertical angle here, and that would give you angle 8. So that's something that you need to do as well. And then finally we've got tessellations. So let's say I've got like this rectangle, and we need to make a change to it to tessellate it. So we could maybe take a chunk out of it this way. And remember, if we take a chunk out of it on this side, then we need to take a chunk out of it on this side. Okay, and then the other piece to that is that it needs to be repeated. So I'm going to go ahead and cheat on this since I don't want to draw it a bunch of times. And so what I'm going to have you do is I'm not actually going to have you change the shape. I'm going to have you just tessellate it a bunch of times. And obviously this is not perfect because I just drew it on the fly. But I'm just going to have you move shapes around so that they fit within each other, kind of like that. Okay, that is pretty much all you need to know for our last quiz, quiz number 6. I hope you have a fantastic day. See ya. Bye.